The truth of the matter is, everyone, to make you know you're black.
Bro.
Officially and unofficially. I was in Austria last summer.
Okay.
I was there for a couple of days and I knew I was black. You can only marginalize people to a certain point before the break.
Vlad TV.
You'll be in prison if you don't go in this podcast, or you'll be in prison. Joe Rogan was a black man and said that he'll get away with it. He's not. Joe Rogan is not black. He can't use certain words. Eminem is not the best rapper in the world. 50 Cent is just because Eminem brought him into a game. If another person says any word, I'm sure 50 Cent will punch him in the face. So why is Eminem allowed to say it? Africa is the richest continent in the world, but it's the poorest at the same time.
I know that the richest black person on the planet is actually from your country. Do you know who's that?
The president of Nigeria earns 10 times, what, 10? 50 times probably more than the prime minister of England. You never catch a president of Nigeria walking on the street with bikes, and getting everyone out the road.
In 1990, population was 95 million, and just in 2019 it doubled, over 230 million. How that happened?
People having a lot of sex.
All right.
No rush. Take it easy.
Sean Talabi, welcome to No Rush Podcast. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it, and just wanted to let you know that it's a real pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. And as you know, my full name is Oluwaseun Talabi.
I'll try to pronounce illusion.
Yeah, you're never gonna get it right.
I'm never gonna get it right.
Yeah. So you can call me Sean.
All right.
You're never gonna get it, but yeah.
So I'll go by Sean. It'll be much easier for me. So before we begin, I'll just give you a brief introduction for our audience.
Yeah.
So you're from Nigeria.
Yep.
Emigrated in England, UK, when you were a teenager, I believe?
Yeah.
14, 15?
14.
14.
Yeah.
All right. As far as I know, you come from humble beginnings, and now you work as a site manager for one of the biggest construction developer in London.
Yep.
All right. So I know that you have a lot to share with us here, both from your unique life experience and a lot of crazy and unknown facts about your country.
Yeah.
Which most of the people around the world, I'm sure they don't know about many stuff there.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your first time here.
Yep.
I guess I'll take you from the beginning. Where you were born in Nigeria? Countryside, town?
So I was born in a town.
You're born in town?
Yeah.
Where about? South country?
So it's
center,
a place
north
called
country?
only my Nigerians will know, but it's a place called Aguda Surulere. Yeah, it's in Lagos. It's
Lagos.
It was like the former capital of Nigeria, but it's no longer the former capital of Nigeria. So Lagos was the capital, but now Abuja is the capital of Nigeria. So I was born in the former capital of Nigeria.
So Lagos was before
the
capital, and now it's a different
Abuja,
city.
Yeah.
Why do you think they changed it?
I think because Abuja is a bit more central. Like it's like in the middle
It's to the central,
of
the country.
It's like I don't think it belongs to any particular people. So yeah, I think I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't want to give you wrong information, but
They say they changed it because they put it more like the business center of the country.
No, Lagos is more of the business center of the
Lagos,
country.
not Abuja.
No, Abuja. Abuja is more like the political part of Nigeria.
Political. So all the political guys, they staying there in Abuja.
Yeah.
Is correct? Abuja.
Abuja, yeah.
Abuja, all right. It'll be hard for me because a lot of it is not.
It doesn't sound too bad. Abuja doesn't. Yeah.
All right. So Sean is not your name as we spoke because it's more easy for me to pronounce it. Maybe it's easy for you, for your English mates, to give it with this name.
Yeah. Only like people that are not Nigerian are allowed to call me Sean.
Yeah. Well, I'm not, so allow me to call it like that. It's easy for me.
Yeah.
So does it mean something in your language, the name? Do people up back there, they give a specific like meaning to the names?
Yeah, so my name means thank God.
Thank God.
Yeah, Oluwaseun, thank God.
All right. Yeah, that's quite interesting. Back in my country, we don't have that, but I know a lot of cultures around the world, they have that. They give names with meanings and stuff like that. So you came to England when you were 14.
Yeah.
How did you got in here? Was it hard for you to get in here? Was easy? I mean, like paperwork wise or something like that?
It wasn't easy, but
wasn't easy.
But yeah, it wasn't easy. But obviously, in life, you gotta make sacrifices, and I made a lot of sacrifice. So yeah.
All right. Is it changed now, like to come more easy in England for people from your country, from Nigeria, or not that much? It's still hard.
It's probably harder now.
It's harder now.
Yeah, it is harder now, but at the same time, people can still come here. You got people that come through like studying. You have people that come through. Obviously, in England, we need loads of nurses. We need care workers and things like that. So people coming through those route as well. And you can see as people coming illegally as well, like through the French Channel and like taking risks from Libya just to get here. Because yeah, it's not as rich as Nigeria is. It's not.
It's not like
It's not.
England.
It's not in the great.
So it's not like England because Nigeria is rich. I mean, we're gonna talk later on about these
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
How rich is Nigeria, and there's a big difference on the population overall and all that. But
Yeah.
so it's still better for you guys. You think it's a better opportunity
I don't think it's.
here?
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's better. It's better because if you have money in Nigeria, if you're rich in Nigeria, you have a better lifestyle than you
It's
have
better
here.
there than
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So you said that now is harder. It's harder to come here, and overall was a little bit easier back then. But
It
back
wasn't
then,
easy, but it was easier.
easier.
Yeah.
Back then, when you came, like, what year was that? When you came?
2000.
2000.
Yeah.
2000. Did you had a lot of Nigerian around in London when you came?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was already a lot of you guys
Yeah.
there. in London?
Yeah. I came back. I came here and I went straight to Brixton. Brixton is like a dangerous part of London. Oh, it was dangerous back then. And we had loads of Jamaicans and Nigerians. The Nigerians were more like in Peckham, which was not far from Brixton. So yeah, there were loads of Nigerians and Jamaicans and
In Brixton.
in Brixton.
In
Yeah,
Brixton. That is in London.
yeah, in London.
Is
Yeah,
a
South London.
Is a South London, borough of London.
Yeah, it's in Lambeth, South London. Yeah.
All right. So it's a mixed region. You have mixed region with different people from different backgrounds there.
Yeah,
in that
Brixton is
region.
very multicultural, but now Brixton has changed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a lot,
Yeah.
considerably.
considerably. Yeah,
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 since you came first time.
yeah. Like Brixton has changed now.
All right. Like for better or for worse?
I think for better, yeah, because you've got less of gangs now. No, yeah, I don't know. Depending on your view, anyway. Some people might see it as better, some people might see it as not better. But yeah,
Yeah, depending. Yeah.
there's less crime. English people would feel more comfortable walking around in Brixton now.
All right.
Yeah,
It was harder back then.
yeah.
Like people would
Back
be
in the day, you
scared
had
to
clench
walk.
your finger, walk like this with your back. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, did you know English when you came here? Because I know in Nigeria, surprisingly for me, English is the language, official language.
Yeah, as bad as it sounds, I spoke more English than my language, but yeah,
All right.
that's terrible.
So you knew English before you came in here.
Yeah, England, English, Nigeria was colonized by the British, so that's the general language for everyone. That's the common language that everyone speaks. Because in Nigeria, like we've got different tribes, so I don't
Yeah.
understand certain people's language. They don't understand my language, so the only way we can communicate is through English or something called Pidgin English.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a broken English.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you learned it from the school. You already knew it because you have it in school. That's
Yeah,
the
they
official
taught us in
language.
Yeah, they taught us in school in English, and on the streets, Pidgin English, broken English.
All right. Okay. So, what education did you manage to get back there? Were you just finished the high school or
No, I didn't finish high
gymnasium?
school. I finished my high school here. I went to school in Streatham, which is next to Brixton. So I did my year 10 and year 11 here before I went
Alright.
to college,
All right.
then university.
Okay. So straight away when you came in here, you got into education. You had finished your 10th, 11th grade.
Yeah, I went secondary school here, finished there, and yeah,
All right.
I went to college in Hackney.
Okay.
Yeah, another bad area.
Is it more bad area than Brixton? Hackney?
I don't know if it's better, but it's bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
I passed around Hackney before. I just remember there's a lot of boats there on river. I don't know nothing
Hackney's
else
different now.
about
It's like Brixton. Everywhere is developing now. Everywhere is getting better. So yeah. So back in the day, again,
was different.
yeah.
So you think the world changes way too fast nowadays? Because you can see big comparison between back there and now.
The change is good, but it comes at a cost. So I don't know if that's good because
All
the
right.
rich are getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. So
Well, yeah, this thing is all around the world, I guess. You know,
it is all
everywhere.
around the world, but it doesn't make it right.
It is,
But
you know, it's unfair.
like I said, it's good. It's nice being in an environment where the houses are new, nice. But can the common man afford to live in them? That's it. Like, so most of the people that used to live in Brixton can't afford to live in Brixton anymore. Most of the people that used to live in Hackney can't afford to live in Hackney anymore. Now they have to move out of London to Luton, Milton Keynes, Birmingham, places they haven't got family members just because they can't live in London anymore.
So you mean certain areas start to get more hard to live in there, is more expensive,
Yeah,
like bills and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
With the job that you had
House,
before, you can
even
afford it
yeah,
to stay more.
yeah, you can't even with like house rent, things like that. So yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That's crazy. That's not good at all. You know, people get used to stay in an area. They have friends, family. You know, they get used
Look, it's good. New things are
with the bridge.
nice. Like new buildings are nice, but it's just yeah, it's just I don't know. I think it's just they need to just be a bit more affordable for people, not just for the rich and yeah, because there are a lot of hardworking people that
Yeah.
can't afford to get this good things and they work very hard. They even work harder than some rich people. So
Yeah, yeah, you know, things change so quickly, and I don't know if it'll change for better for middle class and for even the lower class. Looks like the tendency now, I think, in my opinion, the rich are gonna get richer, like you said, and there will not be any more middle class. It will be just the low class and the big class. I don't know what's your opinion about it, but that's how I see it. I don't know.
no one can read the future, but the way I say, I think you can only marginalize people to a certain point before the break. So I think it's
I
better
guess, yeah.
for the people at the top to make sure whatever rules, laws they make, they need to just make sure it doesn't just help the rich and it helps the poor as well. Because at the end of the day, it's not going to be a good society if you have too many poor people.
Yeah, I mean, everyone is part of the society, from number 1 to number 6 billion, or which was the number today, 9 billion people of this planet. So
9
everyone,
billion
9 billion,
already. I
9
thought
billion.
I thought it was 7 billion like 2 years ago.
Yeah, but you know, it goes up. I don't know what's the statistic and how they manipulate it and all that. It
Cool.
changes quick.
All
It
right.
changes quick. Same like in your country. I know a crazy fact that they say in 1990, population was 95 million. And just in 2019, it doubled to over 230 million. How that happened?
I don't think it's that much, but
So statistic wrong.
I just feel like people having a lot of sex.
All right.
You're having a lot of unprotected sex.
All right.
Yeah,
So the statistic are right.
maybe I don't know.
Okay, because I just want to ask you how
'Cause
this.
I don't know. Well, yeah,
Because I just want to ask you how this happened when you know there's a very big contrast in the rich and poor back there in your country as far as I know. I don't know if is that really true because I mean
yeah. There's a
you
big
can tell me
contrast, but
better.
at the end of the day, whether you're rich or you're poor, you have sex,
That's it.
and yeah, and if you don't protect
That's it.
yourself, you're gonna have kids. But the thing is, if you notice, like the rich people,
They tend to not have that many kids.
yeah,
You see that?
yeah, it's
Here
the
in
poor
England.
people, even not
It's the
everywhere.
poor people,
It's the
yeah.
poor people who's like,
They make more kids.
fuck it.
Yeah, but they don't give a damn. Yeah, they
Yeah.
just make more kids.
Yeah, it's yeah.
I don't know. Back in my country, from where I'm from, you know, my grandparents, they used to have like 10 kids, 12, you know, and for them, you know, kids was like number. Is the more the better because they're gonna help around the house with the farming and all that.
I think the less
That's
I think the less educated people have more kids because they don't understand
The
the
cost,
value of
the-
having to and the cost and having to give your children a good life. Because the more kids you have, the less opportunity that the kids have in life. If you get what I'm saying. So if you have like one child, you can provide more for him. If you have two, you can provide more. When it's getting to 3, 4, like you can't take them to the best schools, you can't take them on holiday. So if you want to do things like that, if you want to have that kind of family lifestyle where you can go on holidays, like put them in good schools, you can't have like 10 kids. Like, so yeah.
So you think it's better actually to keep somewhere in between a balance?
Yeah.
Like, okay, not just
do what
one,
you
not
can
just
afford.
one kid, but
Yeah, but do what you can afford, where you can afford to take your children on holiday, have a good life. Basically, if you're getting too much, like where you can't even feed your kids, why you
Yeah.
having kids you can't feed?
yeah, makes sense what you're saying.
Yeah.
So how, when you came first time in here, you came together with your family or you came just by yourself?
Well, me and my dad.
You and your father?
Yeah.
All right. How old was your father when he came
How old was
together?
he?
How old was your father back then when
How old was he?
Yeah, how old was he
I don't know.
when he came with you here?
I don't know, but yeah. I don't know what it was, but my dad's dead now anyway. But yeah,
Sorry to hear about that.
that's all right.
Long time ago.
He died on my 25th birthday, but yeah, that's another story.
Okay, so you mentioned that at the time when you came here, you were able to socialize with a lot of fellow Nigerians from your country.
Um, the older I got, I socialized more with Nigerians. But when I first came here, I socialized with more Jamaicans
Yeah?
because there were more Jamaicans in Brixton.
When the area you've been.
Yeah, in the area was, and everyone then it was cool to be Jamaican.
All right.
So everyone needs to be Jamaican and things like that. So yeah, but obviously the older you get, the wiser you become. You start to appreciate your stuff a bit more. You start to realize that actually you want to be yourself. You want to be with your own people, and you want to not that you want to be with your own people, but you
Closer
want to
to them.
promote. You want to promote your own self and your own
All right.
culture. So yeah,
All right.
so
So now you socialize more than before with your people.
yeah.
All right. Okay. You never told me in London where you can find the best restaurant with Nigerian food, and what is the traditional Nigerian food that is specific for your country? Because I wanted to ask you before, and you didn't. You never told me.
I'm not trying to promote this restaurant, but I'll say the best restaurant right now is Enish restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got branches all over the world. They've got branches in Dubai. They got branches.
Really?
Yeah, they got branches. Yeah, I think in Ghana, and they've got about 5 or 6 branches in here in England as well. So I'll say Inish. We've got loads of Nigerian restaurants, but there's 805 as well in Old Kent Road. That's a good one as well. Yeah, there's a one called Echo. That's like a more like a local joint, but yeah,
All right.
I like it. But yeah, well, Inish is I'll say Inish is number one.
Number one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, like you're saying, have branches all around the world. Sounds already like McDonald's, like
Yeah.
they're quite big, have branches here and there.
I don't want to downgrade McDonald's because McDonald's is probably like a bigger franchise than Enish, but Enish in
Yeah, I
general,
mean,
Enish is more of a higher
like an
quality.
example.
Nah, yeah, it's an example, but Enish is, when it comes to like class and things, Enish is a higher standard.
No, I was meaning not by the class. I was meaning about how many you have.
Like,
franchise. I was meaning that you have many around, not just here. You have
yeah,
around the world and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get back to the street life. When you came here, did you got pulled to that lifestyle, or did you got tempted to get pulled into it? And how hard was it to resist it, or something like that? Like, let's be honest, a lot of young kids, they're attracted to that lifestyle because it has a lot of nice things into it, just.
Let me say I looked up to some bad people because of the environment I was. And yeah, I think with me, I tried to better myself anyway, but there were points where I followed not the right people.
All right. Okay.
And yeah, thank God I didn't go to jail.
Yeah, but so far so good. You here.
Yeah.
You.
Yeah. So I'm happy
for the decisions you made.
Yeah, because I made a very bad decision sometimes.
All right.
But for some reason, it hasn't affected me, and I'm grateful for that. So I don't know. Yeah, I just like to.
It's a tough question.
Yeah, just like I'm happy in the direction I'm going with my life.
That you are now.
Yeah, in terms of knowing.
All right.
Wrong. Look, when you need sometimes you need like role models. So if
you make a comparison into your life.
Yeah. So if
at some point you'll understand that was wrong. That was not good.
Yeah. So if the people around you are doing bad stuff, you're gonna do bad stuff. Especially if there's no male figure around, but if you've got like a male figure around or you got male figures you can look up to, then yeah.
All right.
And sometimes you just go look at yourself and just think, you know what? Yeah, the older you get, this is bad, this is right, and just pick the right thing.
Yeah. You mentioned the male role figure. That's why, because your father was not able to be always with you here in UK?
My dad wasn't. I don't want to talk about my dad too much.
Okay. All right, I'll not get into it.
Yeah, it's like my dad had loads of wives. My dad was not. It was there and it wasn't there.
All right. Okay, I understand it.
Yeah,
I understand it.
It was there and it wasn't there. So
wasn't always there like for you or something like that.
It wasn't a bad father.
All right.
But it wasn't always there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I get it. So, did you have any regrets or something that you would really like to change since you came first time in here? Something that you would do it differently if you'll go back and 14 years old when you came first time here?
No. Look, life is a
No
journey.
regrets, that's it, yeah.
No, life is a journey. Life is an experience, and I believe in God,
All right.
and I just believe God is in control of my life. All the bad stuff that have happened, I think that's the way God wanted it, and yeah, and so I would not change anything, and I hope my future is brighter than my past. So yeah,
Well, that's good hope. That's
yeah.
good
Well,
hope.
I'm not. I wouldn't change nothing.
Well, yeah, because you know, lessons we go through them whenever we get into bad things, into good things, and that's how we learn, and that's how we make better decisions in life afterwards and
Yeah,
stuff like that. I guess if you start to regret too much, you just like don't appreciate the lessons that
yeah.
you
You
been
don't
through.
learn nothing.
You don't learn nothing yet.
Yeah, you don't learn nothing. So, and life is not sweet.
Yeah.
Life is not sweet. If you live a sweet life, the moment you get one little trouble,
You
that's
you
you.
get
You
wasted,
break
yeah.
down. So
You
yeah,
get wasted
yeah,
because you're not tough enough
yeah,
because you never been through
yeah,
bad or
yeah,
hard situation to
yeah.
understand.
Sometimes you need it.
Yeah. All right. So, how did you came to work now in construction industry as a manager? How was your ladder coming up to here working out for one of the biggest construction developer in London?
Uh,
Did you always been in construction or
nah.
was
So
step by step?
the interesting thing is my cousin, my big cousin,
Yeah.
um, he worked in construction as a slinger.
All right.
So I finished university,
Yeah.
and there was literally no jobs out there. I think it was just coming out the recession that
At that
time.
time.
Yeah, there was no job. I studied media and creative industries
Oh,
at uni,
okay.
so there was nothing out there. So my cousin goes, listen, instead of seeing that, why don't you just jump into construction?
Yeah.
So I literally walked next door to there was a building site next door to my house. I walked in there and I said, please, do you have a job for me? They're like, have you got a traffic marshal ticket? I'm like, what is that? Or like, well, if you want to work for us, we've got traffic marshal space. So I'm like, all right. I spoke to my cousin. My cousin said, yeah, you can get the ticket done. Got the ticket done. Then it was about £30. Did it within 1 week. Before I knew, I started working in construction.
That's
So
it.
yeah, then I started off as a traffic marshal. Then obviously I wasn't satisfied with being a traffic marshal. Not saying that traffic marshal is not a good job, but
Yeah.
I've got an ambition. So yeah, and I've got ambitious people around me, so they push me.
That's
So
good.
yeah, so after that, after a couple of years, I did my slinger's ticket. So I became a slinger myself. Then after that, I became a logistic manager. Then I met someone that works for Mace, that got me to Mace, one of the biggest construction company in UK.
All right.
And I started working with them as a logistic manager. Then I went to university for 1 year to do my master's in construction project management. Then worked for Mace for another year. Then went to another company that I don't want to mention their name.
All
Then
right.
now the company I work for, which I don't want to mention the name as
Yeah, I
well.
know. That's understandable.
Yeah.
No need to mention names. No need to mention
Yeah.
names. It's good that we can go through the process. So to understand many people, maybe for them it's a really good opportunity how to understand the step ladder, how to go up
Yeah.
until some.
I'm not gonna lie, like with me, I've had a bit of luck at being at the right place, right time. And yeah, but obviously you create your own luck as well sometimes. So
Yeah, being at the right time or right place can decide many things in your life, especially if you know in the moment how to grab the opportunity.
yeah.
Because I think the right place, right times comes to pretty much everyone. You just have to
I'm not
be.
gonna go too deep into it, but I grabbed the opportunity, and like I didn't do it. It was two choices for me
Yeah.
where I came into the managerial, either going for money or going for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I went for the opportunity. I'm not going to go into deep of saying
Yeah, all right.
but I went for the opportunity and I got given the opportunity. So yeah,
Well, it's good. Sometimes money at the moment sounds good. The numbers, you hear the numbers, but then you look for
yeah.
long-term investment in your professional career or something like
If the
that.
person that gave me this opportunity sees it, they'll know what I mean by money or the opportunity.
So if they'll see, they'll know
What I
what it
mean,
meant.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So, how generally, in your view, is the work environment here in England compared to your country? is like in terms of safer or better overall together with the team members or something like that? How was it compared to your
All right,
country?
safety. What the fuck's that in Nigeria? What the fuck is safety? Like literally, what the fuck is that?
People don't think about
Working
it.
environment
Yeah.
in terms of like socially and things like that. I think Nigeria is way better.
All right.
Yeah, in terms of like working atmosphere as well, I think Nigeria is way better. If you're in the right place and the right company, I think it's way better. But in terms of safety, in terms of being secure in work and things like that, I think here's a bit better. Now this is here's definitely better in terms of like safety
Yeah.
and yeah. But when it comes to like enjoying,
It's better back there.
yeah,
All right. I understand you.
because back there it's not just work. It's like here you work and you just go home and you're tired and next day you do the same thing. But in Nigeria it's not like that.
Not like that.
Yeah,
How
like
is it?
you work after work, they go to their bars, they do whatever. There's so much things to do after work. Go home, sleep.
It's not just
But
Friday
it's not
here
just-
because
yeah,
people
it's not just Friday, and it's just nice. It's a bit more relaxed.
more often and
Yeah,
more relaxed.
sometimes it can look a bit unprofessional. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I'm
Is
not
it-
saying that's good, but yeah, it's a bit, yeah.
No, but I think it's better. You have to have your leisure time because if you just become robotic and just you think about work,
Yeah.
at
It's not
some
robotic-
point
it's
you
not-
get
it's not-
wasted. You know.
Yeah, it's not robotic out there, yeah.
Here I think is a lot of robotized like social life.
Yeah.
My opinion, because myself I worked in Russia as well in construction, and even back there I felt like I had a lot of free time.
Yeah.
Here I don't have free time.
You don't have free time.
I don't know why. I guess probably because I
The lifestyle is expensive to live here.
yeah.
You're thinking about bills, you're thinking about your family, you're thinking about so many things.
Just thinking about
Yeah,
that.
yeah, thinking
it
about
ruins
yeah,
your
yeah,
time.
like
innit?
that's why like before you know it, like you're 65
Life's
and you
gone.
just your life's gone.
Life's gone.
So I don't know. I don't plan that for myself.
All right. So is it easy to be a manager of a big construction development company or not really? Because, let's be honest, a lot of people would think that would be a really awesome job to have, So is it easy or hard or
So it's
pros and cons or something like that?
it's easy and it's hard. One, depending on the
50-50.
company you work for.
All
Two,
right.
depending on of the people you work with and work for.
All right. The environment,
It depends
the
on
work environment.
Depends on the
around
working
you.
environment. So yeah, it's not easy. Especially being like someone from a different background to a lot of people from
Yeah, yeah.
Australia as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be a bit hard
Yeah.
because you don't have a lot of people you can relate with.
All right.
But look, it pays the bill.
Yeah.
Do I enjoy it? Yes, I do enjoy it. So I think the positives kind of outweighs the negative.
Just
but-
want to get a little bit more sensitive with questions. Did you ever encounter like really discrimination or offensive behavior to yourself here in England, throughout the years in work environments or daily life, just based on your racial background or because of the simple fact, that you're an immigrant in this country? Myself, I'm an immigrant as well. So I encountered situation. I just want to ask you.
Yeah. Look,
Was more often.
it's a difficult question because
It is, I know.
it's
I know.
a very difficult because obviously
It's hard to be
it's-
just. It's hard to be
'cause-
just, isn't it? To answer
'cause
this question, answering this question.
I've been to other parts of Europe
Yeah.
where to make you know you're black.
All right. It's even more bad than here.
Yeah. Like I was in Austria was it last year?
All
Yeah,
right.
last summer.
Okay.
I was there for a couple of days
All right.
and I knew I was black.
You felt it
I felt it.
just because
Yeah.
how people attitude all around and stuff
Um,
like that.
I travel a lot and
Yeah.
I feel it when I travel to a lot of European countries. So yeah.
So you feel it more than when you travel in the
So
other
it-
European
it's so
countries.
so
than
I'll
here.
say it's better in England. Like it can improve.
But it's still not 100%.
Yeah. The thing is, it's not 100%. I don't think it's
You
gonna
think
be
it'll
100%.
ever
I don't think it's gonna be 100% for
Ever?
long. Look, people are always gonna be people.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be people that don't like you for whatever reason. A lot of people
Yeah.
feel like people have come here and invaded the country and they
Yeah.
don't like it. They prefer the country to be like one certain color, not just white people. But it's never going to happen. I think I don't know, work environment. I've programmed myself to just make my money,
Yeah.
give 100%, and I try not to see the negative part of, because look, in life you gotta be smart and think about. Put it this way: if you had you're from
Moldova.
Moldova,
Yeah.
so if you had someone from Moldova, two people from Moldova come from one person from Moldova, another person from Nigeria came for an interview for a job. The right thing to do is give the best person with the qualification the job.
Yeah. That will be.
That would be the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But in general, what if both
Doesn't
of them?
happen.
What if both of them had the same amount of qualification, and you're both on the same level?
So
who would you give? You'd rather give it to someone from Moldova, wouldn't you?
why? So you think even
I think that's the
it's already programmed, you think, on
Yeah.
subconscious level to
I think that's
still
just
stay like that?
I think that's just like I just feel like even preference, even in work situations,
Yeah.
like I think people just give preference to their own people. Like in work in general, you hang around with more people that speak
I
your
guess
language.
because someone that you know, maybe that.
Look, it's what you can relate with.
Yeah.
But sometimes what you can relate with will make other people feel left out.
I mean, a lot of business decisions, they're not right whenever, they are made because just you want to bring someone that you know. It's understandable because people in the business, they want to bring someone that they can trust, and they think that if I know him, I can trust him.
Well, you
But I
don't know him.
think-
You know he's from your country, but you don't know him.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of deraving a little bit further away from this, what you're saying, that you have to give the opportunity to the right specialist, for example. It doesn't matter from what background he is.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, both people have got the same qualification.
Yeah.
Both people are on the same level. You can't pick a difference in terms of education, experience, likability. What do you do?
You still need to find a factor who to choose.
Yeah, the factor you to choose is
You mean that everything is equal about it?
Yeah,
One guy
yeah,
from here, one guy
yeah,
from there, so everything
yeah.
is equal.
Everything's
Like experience-wise,
Yeah,
how many and all
yeah.
that. So at the end, they still need to have a factor to choose.
well, there's no factor. What do you do?
I don't know, man. I mean,
Well, you don't know exactly.
it's a hard
Look.
question, but
In life, we don't judge people from our own way of thinking, and see your way of thinking is different from the way of other people's thinking. So, yeah, and a lot of people don't think rationally these days. They go for what they can relate with. So,
I guess.
well, like I said, the experience here is better than anywhere else that I've been. So I don't really care about things like that. My family is happy. I'm happy. I've got my friends outside of certain environments. So that's
That's what matters, yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
matters.
Yeah.
Going to a more sensitive topic. Back in my country when I grew up, I encountered the N-word just like from rappers, musicians, comedians, movies, and all that. I never really knew about it, how it's used between people around, because back in my country, we have just like a few black people here and there. Maybe if they coming like, I don't know, a little bit for university, stuff like that. There are some people that come like that there, but not that much. So we rarely encounter other black people.
Yeah.
So it was more when I came in here. And here I never heard the N-word even used between black people. I know in the US, black people use the N-word a lot between each other in neighborhood, wherever they live.
Yeah, I think
What's
Americans.
the thing here in UK?
I think
with the N-word?
Americans still kind of use it a lot, but here in England, we did used to use it because I used to use it myself with my friends.
Between each other.
Yeah, but it's not something that we actually use now. Maybe not my generation anyway.
So you think already goes off? That's it.
I think
Start to go off from the even usage between you guys, between each other.
Yeah, we don't really. Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember the last time I probably used that word. So,
Really?
Yeah.
So that's already today worldwide more common than to US than to any other country now in the world.
I think America is. I think it's still common, but yeah. Maybe.
Yeah, because back there, whatever I'm seeing movies, I'm seeing a lot of interviews with hip hop artists, you know, whatever they talk, you know, they still use the word between each other. They feel comfortable with.
Look, it's their word. If they
Yeah.
feel happy with it, let them use it. But it's just, if you're white, you can't use it.
Yeah, that's why I want to ask you. So, you think it's a word that is comfortable?
If you use it, I'll be very offended.
So yeah, that's automatically when a white person
Yeah.
use it towards a black guy, even if they are like friends for many years, you still don't feel it right,
I don't
innit?
give a shit.
You don't
how
feel it right.
friendly we are. You can't use a certain word.
That's it.
And there's certain things I can't say to you as well. So
There are many people keep this opinion. You know, I recently watched a Vlad TV interview. He's a famous interviewer in the US.
yeah, I know him.
You know him, yeah? He interviews a lot of hip
Yeah,
hop
stay away
artists.
from that guy.
All right. And
You'll be in prison if you go in this podcast or you'll be in prison. Yeah, but yeah.
And yeah, because you know, you see interviews there, and then people go to prison after a week or two because you know they talk a lot there.
Yeah.
They tell whatever they done on the streets, and yeah, that's quite actually a fact, not funny. What you said, and he mentioned that
TV.
Yeah, and he said he mentioned always in interviews that even himself that he have a lot of black friends. He would never feel free to use the N-word because
I don't care.
he's not from the same background.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
So you're with the same opinion.
Yeah.
And
I'm not saying black people should use it because I'm not saying because I don't use it myself. But if they're gonna use it, good for them. That's their problem. But I can't be offended seeing two black people use it to themselves. But if I heard,
so if you hear two black friends, they would between each other they use it. You know, it doesn't bother you.
It doesn't.
You know,
it's not.
It's something of their background. You mean?
No, it's none of my business. Like, I'm not promoting, and I'm not saying this right, and I'm not saying this should.
Okay.
Because I don't think people should actually be using that word anymore. But if they did.
So back there when you first came here was used more than now.
Yeah.
And now start to go off. That's it.
Yeah.
At least here, whatever you see around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now they really like his other slang like fam, bro. I don't know. It's like, yeah. They use these other words now. Yeah.
So he's gone from English culture, from the street English culture.
I don't think it's like used to be like maybe cool back in there. I don't think it's that cool anymore. I think
Really?
Yeah.
You mean probably because you know the issue about it was more emphasized years by years?
I don't know if it's got anything to do with anybody. I just feel something that feels like I don't think people really care what anyone thinks. Or like you're not gonna tell me not to use a certain language. Who the fuck are you to tell me what language to use or what language I can't use? And I just think it's just not cool.
You think it happened now?
Maybe it's not right. Maybe it's not right as well. But I don't need certain people to tell me what language I can and what I can't use.
But you think it happened automatically that it just went off? Like a fashion trend, it just went off.
I think maybe.
Or because generally you can see around the world it's emphasized that more like this because this word was used so many times over years, decades, and centuries in a bad manner towards black people.
Yeah.
So you think because nowadays, is emphasized more and more, to actually get it out of the vocabulary of people.
Who's trying to get it out?
I don't know. I mean, you can see a lot. Especially in the U.S., you see a lot of heat around when someone just talks about. I don't know if you saw Joe Rogan on his podcast. He mentioned something.
Joe Rogan is not black.
Yeah, he's not. And just, he mentioned something, and you see how much heat was around.
Yeah, because it's not black. If Joe Rogan was a black man and said that, he'll get away with it. Joe Rogan is not black. He can't use certain words. He can't use certain language.
But did you notice back then that much heat to get around when white people use it, even like by mistake? Because I see now.
Use that word by mistake. How do you use that word by mistake?
He said was a
that's
mistake.
The thing as well.
Yeah,
like
said
when you
was
see
a mistake.
that, whatever. Like when you see like certain people, like it's weird. Like and I feel sorry for white people when it comes to that because a lot of them like white rap music. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they listen to
you
rap
have
music,
Eminem, man.
And the word "end" comes in, and they have to skip that bit.
Let's get back to it. You have Eminem. 50 Cent said that you have a white person that is better than every other rapper now in the world. He said that
Can I stop
rap.
to you?
Can I finish?
I
Let
don't
me
give a
finish.
fuck who 50 Cent is.
Let me
50
finish.
Cent has his own opinion. I don't give a fuck who 50 Cent
Okay,
is.
no, all
like,
right.
I don't
get
care.
you.
Eminem is not the best rapper in the world. Eminem is not top 10 best rappers in the world.
That's for your opinion.
That's
I
my
just
opinion.
I just said
It's not-
whatever he
I know,
said.
I know. And
I
50
quoted
Cent is,
him.
50 Cent is just because Eminem brought him into a game or something like that. That's why it
Yeah.
feels like you can give Eminem a pass. You can't give if another person says any word, I'm sure 50 Cent will punch them in the face. So why is Eminem allowed to say it? So
I never noticed if Eminem ever
I don't
used
think
in
he's
his
ever used it.
lyrics. Did he ever use it in his
no,
lyrics?
I don't think he uses it anyway.
He never used it,
Yeah.
didn't
Well, even if he did, 50 won't say nothing. 50 will give him a pass. So.
he? Because it helped him with his career and
Yeah, I
stuff
think
like
so,
that.
yeah.
And
But yeah,
he brought him to the Aftermath Records or what were Shady
Yeah.
Records.
whatever record it was.
Yeah, Eminem. Yeah, I think Eminem. Yeah,
Yeah.
Eminem and Dr. Dre brought him.
Dre,
in.
yeah.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I never heard him using that. Probably, I guess he understood the power of this word and why it shouldn't be used by a white person. All right. So let's get back a little bit to the background of your country. Do they have a lot of immigrants coming in Nigeria from other countries, other backgrounds? Personally, myself, I heard a lot of Chinese people coming to African countries with the construction companies. Is that right?
So the truth of the matter is, everyone is trying to take something from Africa. The British have done theirs.
Yeah.
The French has done theirs.
Yeah.
Italians have done a bit. The Germans,
Even Italians.
Belgium, yeah, a little bit.
What
With
Italian have done there?
Ethiopia or something. I think they kind of colonized them a little bit, but I don't think it
Pretty
was
much all the European countries that had some power, they tried
Belgium,
to stock resources from
yes,
there.
so especially France and England. Yeah. I
What
think-
do China have to do there?
So now China's coming with a different strategy. So,
Like investing.
yeah.
Like
So
like
it's
investing.
kind of trade by barter, but I don't trust it.
You don't trust it.
Yeah.
You think it's
So-
still the same.
At least with China, we can see something.
All right.
Like we can see like infrastructures, we can see train stations.
You
we
mean
can
at
see,
least
yeah, we
at
can
least
still
they
see
give something back?
Yeah, but it seems dodgy.
Nobody
I
gives
think-
you for free nothing.
Yeah, nothing is. Yeah, it's dodgy. Like it's like we've got the resources they need. Like the whole Africa's got the resources. The whole world lives off of Africa.
It does. Many people
The,
say
the
that.
whole
and
world lives on Africa. If the world stops taking resources from Africa, fuck it. You're not gonna have no electric cars. You're not gonna have no mobile phones.
Where's lithium from? It's from there.
Yep, you're not gonna have a lot of
Lithium's from there for these electric cars.
Yeah.
It's from there.
like this,
from
like
Africa.
from Congo. I think that's from Congo. I think Nigeria's got a bit now. I think they've discovered. So yeah. A lot of the stuff, like, is it like all the chocolate you're having, all this stuff? A lot of it's
Africa.
from Africa, coffee, from Ethiopia. There's so much stuff. Everything that we survive on in this country and around the world is from African soil. So I think we deserve a bit more respect than people show us.
It should be because I don't think it's quite acknowledged all that.
I don't blame people though, because at the end of the day, if you don't respect yourself, then people are not going to respect you. And I blame the leaders of Africa for the situation to find ourselves in. But
So you think mostly is because of the leaders, the political leaders, is the problem that African countries have so much rich resources and here and there, and but at the end of the day,
Africa is the richest continent in the world, but it's the poorest at the same time.
yeah, that's the big contrast which we talked before to see about your country, because Nigeria, as far as I know, is considered the wealthiest country in the West Africa. The economy, the Nigerian economy is the first in the
wealthiest
Africa, yeah.
country, probably in Africa.
So
And
you, at the
probably one of
moment,
the richest in the world, but
just not
but
acknowledged.
but it's not. It should be.
It's just not. It's just not acknowledged. That's what you want to say.
No, it's not acknowledged. It should be, but it's not because of resources are stolen. That's it. If things were like developed, if we done Africa the same way we do here in England, Africa would be where everyone is migrating to. You see how people want to come to England? People
Yeah.
are gonna want to go to Africa and go and work there, but all our leaders. So the president of Nigeria
Yeah.
earns 10 times, what, 10? 50 times probably more than the Prime Minister of England
Per year.
per year.
Okay,
His
that's
salary for one,
just
the salary is for 1 month,
just officially.
huh?
Just officially.
Officially and
What about the
unofficially.
background?
Officially and unofficially.
And unofficially.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean unofficially you never know how much more.
So unofficially, they just take whatever they want. You see, we've got MPs here, like local MPs.
Yeah.
So the local MP in Nigeria,
Yeah.
that's the equivalent, yeah, takes more money than the Prime Minister of England.
That's just officially.
But
So that's just officially.
Officially,
But
then
unofficially, much more.
fucking hell,
Much more.
fucking hell. Like the kids go to like the best schools in England, private education. Like if one of their children's come here now, they have about 10 security guards following them with like 10
A
cars.
simple MP?
That's what I'm telling you.
What?
Yes. So imagine the president comes there. He's gonna have about 50 convoy with bikes, like, and getting everyone out of the road.
Have you seen Boris? He
you
was
think-
walking on the street lawns.
You'd
in the
never catch.
London
You'd
streets.
never catch a president of Nigeria walking on the street. You'd never catch him walking on the street. He's gonna have like 50 security guard.
Why do you think he's feared about his life? Something's wrong
Yeah,
about it?
it's not just that. It's just greed, man.
Yeah.
It's just greed.
So, as we mentioned before, in 1990, the population of your country was 95, and then it doubled to over 230 in 2019, and now it's expected to be doubled again in 2050 to be 400 million. We'll surpass US. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it's
It
not
will
gonna
come like
happen.
that or not?
No, it's not gonna happen.
So many people as well know about a specific town in your country that have the biggest rate of twin born there. Basically, in every 1,000 births, there is a 50 sets of twins. Basically, everyone is twin there. So local people say they give it to a specific cliff they use in their diet food.
I do not know about that.
So you didn't know about this fact.
Nope.
So I guess that's why even like for most of
I'm
the
sure
people.
that's not why the population is growing.
No, they said that, the Nigeria have the highest fertility in the world, like it's on paper. They tested and all that. So you think
I'll say, let me just say Nigerian men are good.
so that's why you think population still grows even if the overall lifestyle is hard for the people around there.
I think there are a lot, like education, like I said earlier, has a lot to do with it. And there are a lot of Muslims as well that still don't use contraception.
All right.
So if you're not using contraception,
You're going to have babies.
you're going to have kids.
You're going to have babies.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that the richest black person on the planet is actually from your country. Do you know who's that?
Yeah. Aliko Dangote. Yeah.
Aliko Dangote.
Yeah.
Recently, just a week ago,
Yeah.
last Monday,
Yeah.
he opened the single biggest oil refinery in the world now.
Yep.
When it will be in the full potential, will produce 650,000 barrels of crude oil per day.
Yep.
That's quite astonishing. Are you proud of that? That it happened in your country? And what do you
I'm
think?
proud of him, but I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of the country because he shouldn't be doing the job of the government.
What was that?
I said I'm proud of him,
Yeah,
but I'm not proud of the country
of the country.
because he shouldn't be doing that. That should be the job of the government.
You mean the government should have been done that, not
Yeah.
Aliko
Yeah.
with his own company?
Yeah.
All right. I heard, the government has government-owned refineries, which they didn't work until now, and they said they're going to open it now
So
together with Aliko
they don't work, but they renovate them every year.
and spend
the
money there to renovate it.
Yeah, and
All
the
right.
people, their workers that get paid for doing nothing there.
All right.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
There's many interesting things about Aliko.
Yeah.
He started, I think, becoming a billionaire in 2000s.
Yeah.
Together, around the world globally.
Yeah.
I think was ranked together with Oprah Winfrey. Had, I think, 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billions. At some point in 2016, I think he had 25 billion net worth.
Look.
How did it happen just to one man?
I'm not gonna I don't want to talk about it because it's a fellow Nigerian, and I don't want to talk bad about fellow Nigerian. So
No,
first
I
and
didn't
foremost-
ask you in a bad
no,
manner.
no,
I didn't
first
ask
no,
you in a
because
bad
there's a
manner.
lot of things. It's a bit you will understand. Like first and foremost, it comes from a rich background anyway.
All
So
right.
it was not just his money, and because there are a lot of people from rich backgrounds that can't do the same thing he's done, but he came from a rich background in the first place,
Okay.
and due to the business that he did, other people that do the same business were being, how do I put it?
Pushed away?
Yeah.
All right.
So his stuff was selling. He was expanding and expanding and
He
expanding.
was doing like a lot of
Look, I don't want to
cement production,
cement production, food,
food,
yeah,
all
you
that.
name it, it does it. So, but I'm proud of a Nigerian man being the richest person in the world. But let's not talk about Aliko Dangote. God bless the man. He's done his bit, but it's not. Yeah,
You think it's not appreciated?
he is. But what I'm saying to it is,
It's
his
a little bit,
richness
it's a
has
little
been
bit
to the-
controversial.
His richness has been a detriment to other people.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask because, maybe he's trying to improve and all that and to bring back wealth to Nigeria because, Nigeria exports a lot of oil. Everything was exported and they had to import all the petroleum products. That's
yeah, but
why maybe he wanted.
why only him?
What do you mean, why only him?
Why only him? Well, let's talk about something else.
All right, let me just finish about it. He opened, I think now will be 130,000 permanent job position. So we think at least this will be a good thing for the fellow countrymen there. Will have opportunity to have something stable to grow if they want to grow, if they want to
Look,
progress.
he's provided a lot of jobs for people, for graduates, for a lot of people. So he's done a lot of good as well. But his company has been to the detriment of other companies.
So it's controversial.
Not in the eyes of a lot of people, but if you go deeper, look, he's a Nigerian man, so I don't want to say nothing, man. And he's worked very hard as well. So as well.
All right. Okay, I get it.
That's one of the things I'm very proud of as a Nigerian.
Yeah, the Nollywood,
No, the music.
the music.
Yeah.
You mentioned to me before that Nigerian music industry is actually pretty much the biggest in the world now, and I kind of never heard about it, and maybe I just because I was not in the topic
Yeah.
or something like that. How did that happen?
Talent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look. See, Nigerians. One thing people don't understand, if you don't do your research, we are one of the most talented people in the world when it comes to anything. Technology, music, doctors. Go to America. A lot of the doctors are Nigerians.
That's from your country.
Go to universities. The highest people with the highest scores are like Chinese, Nigerians, and Indians.
So basically, immigrant people, not
Yeah.
people from there.
Yeah, trust me, Nigerians are so talented when it comes to making movies, when it comes to like music, especially when it comes to art and craft, things like that. Trust me, Nigeria is a blessed country. We've just got bad politicians. Trust me, Nigeria is one of the best when it comes to anything in the world.
You think if politically something will change to a better understanding, all that will come to a better place because there's a lot of corruption there.
Look,
That's
if,
why
if Nigeria ever had a good president,
if Nigeria had like a leader, for example, from one of these European countries that they somehow they managed to
if
bring
Nigerian
up.
had a Nigerian president,
No. I mean, like the politic that was doing to be similar to a
look,
European
European politicians, I'm not gonna look European politicians.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna use them as a standard of what a good.
maybe you understood me wrong.
No,
I mean,
I understood you clearly.
yeah,
I know what you're trying to say.
Yes,
but I don't
what
wanna
I'm
use-
trying to
I
say.
don't want to use Europeans as
Okay.
that landmark.
Okay,
I see what you're trying to say. You're trying to say like how they develop their own countries and do good stuff for the country. I see that, but yeah. All right. If you want to put it that way, yes. If they had the same mentality as the Europeans in terms of developing their own countries and their own people, yes, Nigeria would be wow.
I feel you where you say that I'm wrong. I guess because you wouldn't want other countries to put an example the same that they did it on the back of your country. That, for example, the European countries' leaders, okay, they were good because they developed their country, but just was because of the backbone of the African countries.
That's one of it, and like, well, let's not talk about European leaders.
You don't want to talk a lot of topics today.
I do want to talk about certain things, but you need to be careful what you say.
I don't know, man. I'm
You have to, you have to,
trying.
you have to be
I
careful.
might
You have to
make
be,
mistakes.
you have to be smart about what you say, because at the end of the day,
I might make mistakes, maybe because, I don't understand a lot of it. I'm trying to learn it. I'm trying to learn it. And yeah, like I said in the beginning, correct me if I'm wrong, because, I'm an immigrant myself. Just about 5 or 6 years ago, I came in
you
here. So
can't.
I'm still
You
learning
can't.
about things
See,
around.
the thing is, you can't. And forget about the past, but even the present. A lot of stuff that European leaders are doing is still not right.
Still
They
the
can
same,
they can
still the
develop
same
their
book.
they
Still
can
the
develop
same
it's
book.
just a different way
But it
of
is the
seeing
same
it.
book.
It's still the same way, but in a different way. It's just not blatant now. It's just so like and a lot of stuff
It's
that
just covered.
covered, and
It's
a lot
not
of stuff
public.
that European leaders do is very hypocritical.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. People that have open eyes, they see it.
Yeah,
They see it.
where these same people will do wrong things where it benefits them. They want to talk bad about other people when they do the same thing.
Yeah.
So you do the same thing, and as long as it benefits you, it's cool. You don't care who dies. You don't care who suffers. You don't care. Yeah, you don't care who dies. You don't care who suffers. You don't care where if people that you're taking from indirectly, if the people are not enjoying their own resources. So look at France, for example. Look what it was with France and Congo. Go and do your research.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just but this is the people that want to preach about democracy and
Oh man,
so
democracy, is built on the backbones of other people. They're a democracy,
yeah.
It's hard to judge now and to say because many facts are covered today in the history
Look,
books. You learn in school, everything has changed.
everyone these days is smart enough to see what's going on.
But some people
All the information is there.
choose to not see it.
That's their problem.
Yeah.
That's their
Choose to
problem.
not see it, ignore it. Like some people say ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
You remember that character from Matrix?
Yeah.
If you saw Matrix, when he got out of the Matrix and then he said, I'll probably better go back and never remember it and just ignore it. He said ignorance is bliss for him.
Look, I just feel like if you're gonna be good, it's either you're properly good in all ways, then you can talk to people and try to preach to people. But if you're a fucked up human being yourself, you can't tell people how to live their life. And yeah, but that's another story.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to finish you about Nollywood. Nollywood, as far as I heard myself, I don't have a lot of knowledge, is the second biggest production company in the world, movie company, a company that produces movie in the world. Apart from Bollywood, which is the number one, they produce now
Have you
a lot.
watched Nollywood and Bollywood films?
No, man, or maybe I watched, but I didn't knew they're like produced there or something like that.
And you know me, I don't talk down on my own stuff. Yeah, on my own people.
I watched probably on
They're the
Netflix and I
funniest
didn't
thing
knew
you
about it.
watch, in a good way and a bad way. Some of them are so rubbish, but a lot of them are good as well.
Well, yeah, because they say they do about 2,500 movies a year. Of course, you're not going to be able to have 100% like quality everything there because it's a lot of quantity.
Yeah.
But 50 movies a week, 7 movies a day produced, that's a lot, man. Like Hollywood is on number 5 by production.
Yeah.
There's China.
It's not what you do. It's not how many you do. It's the quality.
Okay,
like,
that's
quality.
fine.
Quality is better than quantity. So, like, I feel we're getting there. We're doing good films. Like, if you go on Netflix, you'll see at least 100 Nigerian films that are good.
That good.
Yeah.
Can you give me a quick example? Maybe myself. I just didn't know. Maybe they're Nigerian, and I didn't watch them.
I've got a brain freeze right now, but trust me, they're good ones. You just go on Netflix and just
put Nigerian
or African. Yeah, you see, and most of them will be either Nigerian or South African.
That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well, yeah, Nigeria, we're doing very well, but when it comes to music, I think we're the best in the world.
Give me a fact about it because I never heard about it.
Look, now everyone listens to Nigerian music. Everyone wants to, every rapper.
London here.
American people want to associate themselves with Nigerian musicians now.
Here in the UK.
Yeah, in the UK. Come on, we sell out the O2. One of our artists sold out the O2 in Greenwich, 3 days in a row.
3 days in a row.
You know
sold
the
the
capacity.
O2?
Do you know the capacity of O2? Now they're doing stadiums, filling out stadiums. In June, an artist called Wizkid is coming. It's gonna do Tottenham Stadium. An artist called Burna Boy is coming.
Sold out.
It's gonna do West Ham Stadium.
Sold out.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
So
All right, man. Thank you for your time. I know that you have to go.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, and hopefully to see you again because you didn't stay a lot today.
Yeah, another time.
All right, another time.